Alright guys, today's the day, not to review the sock with camel, but to investigate this eBay haul that's been sitting up here for a while. I mentioned it in my workshop tour very recently, and now I've got this space cleared off to get to work and see what's in here. This is one of the last things that's been holding out before I buy anything new this year. I wanted to get through the stuff that I had in the backlog, just in terms of loose brick, and been working through those inventories. So one of the last things here, it's definitely the largest haul that I haven't done yet. Other than this, I've got a couple of pab cups and one other set down here. Might look at that later, but today we've got an eBay haul. Alright, a little info background here. A nice eBay listing. I think there is an emphasis on the Friends stuff in here in the title, which is why maybe it didn't get as much traction as other listings of this size and this caliber. But it wasn't like super cheap, but I don't think I broke $100 on this haul. And there's definitely some large pieces in here that will help identify what is in the set or what's in the lot. I'm hoping that some of this stuff might have exclusive items, exclusive decorations. So the plan is to just think we'll take things out one by one, especially these big sections. It'll be pretty easy to highlight these and then maybe look at the smaller stuff. And we'll kick it off with a Chima base section of a boat, and this would be the Gator faction of Chima. So a nice olive green base. A lot of the red and dark green elements are still built on here, so this would have been one of the largest sets from the wave. One of the flagship sets for the faction, for the alligator faction. I have not a lot of idea about minifigs in this lot. There was not a lot for minifigs on the listing, so mostly just parts here. And a lot of this top layer is a Ninjago, I believe it's Ninjago City, one of the early, because the Gardens was this year, and then the docks was 2 of 3, so I think this is the original Ninjago City, kind of a larger, it's not really modular, it's not UCS because that's Star Wars, but it's that caliber of set, so some really interesting stuff. Just architecturally wise, here we have a sticker piece, and then this is a print, this is a sticker. This is some of the rooftop stuff, I believe. So like this would have been a rotating sushi bar. One of the functions in that set. Bright light blue. So yeah, some nice large pieces of that set here. The next thing I see looks like a Lego Movie. The Bad Cop Forces. This gunship. Some sections of that here. It had the little rotating engine bases. Some of that stuff is here, I think. Yeah. I'm sure there'll be more of the Ninjago as I get stuff filtered down through. It seems like there's a lot of sections for that. But most of this here would be that Lego Movie set, 2014. That is Mega Bloks. Okay. And we've got Life on Mars now. This is the set I got earlier. The Martian base, the Aerotube hangar set from 2000, 1, I think. The sand purple elements, pretty much exclusive to that theme that year. That'd be Friends, I think. So, just looking through, there's definitely more Life on Mars stuff. So that'll be another main feature of the haul. You'll find more of those throughout. A lot of that still in sections as well. Alright, that looks like it is from the UFO, what was that theme called? Not Galaxy Squad, because that was more of a bug type thing. This would have been the Alien Defense Unit, so the ADU were the good guy force, and then I think it was called Alien Conquest. I want to say had the trans neon green and a lot of the kind of the three-legged, so going back to the classic reference. Some sand green from the Life on Mars, sand red, more Life on Mars, more of that. There's the other half of the tank tread and another piece of the Lego Movie 2. Alright, here's a really interesting throne section. That would have been from Nexo Knights, maybe, with that pyramid 1x1 and the 2x3 tiles. I guess that this is the Jestro throne from Nexo Knights. So that's late 2010s. Some city. I think that's Star Wars, maybe. Okay, here's a couple of minifigs. Just your basic city minifigs here. That is Minecraft, Life on Mars. That is the Forest Police. More Friends. There's a nice little corner, 2x2, with the bright spring green. Could be a hidden side. Hidden side would be a little late for this mix of parts though, so I'm not sure. That's probably a Friends or Elves part right here. There's a nice big section, probably Ninjago. The Friends slide. That looks like Star Wars. Haven't seen anything too damaged yet, so that's a good sign. There's a micro TIE fighter. Star Wars again. Friends. Rock piece here. Here's some control panels. Looks like Star Wars. Some prints for, oh, these are stickers actually, the Grand Hotel, so we can trace some of the Friends parts back to that set. The helicopter blade in white from wing from a larger Star Wars set, looks like here. The other leg from that Alien Conquest. Forest Police hideout. Oh, nice. Okay, here's a hyper sled from the Life on Mars. This is one of the parts I didn't get in that haul last year. I've been on the lookout for. So, the aerotube system was used in two different ranges. First showed up in the Life on Mars in 2001, and then it was used again for the Mars mission sets. However, the tubes and the pump were the same. The hyper sleds were a different design each time because the aliens that fit in these were slightly different. So the original Life on Mars Aliens had this hypersled. It had contours that fit that kind of figure. And then the Mars Missions Aliens had a slightly modified one. So that is a part that will help me complete the original Life on Mars air tube hanger. It's very nice. I'm going to put that with the minifigs. Here's some nice printed maps. Pirates of the Caribbean comes to mind, but this probably goes to the Ninjago City. Another jet exhaust for Lego Movie. 1x16 bricks. If you're going to go buy these kind of pricey, it's nice to get them here. Stickers. Let's see if there's any more big sections in here. Big plates. Yeah, there's the windshield, the canopy for that Lego Movie 2 set. So that's a nice piece to have. I think this was also used in Star Wars, the Boba Fett Slave 1. Had some stickers on that set though. Here is a micromanager hub, kind of the cube shape here. Some nice detailing. Man, I'm not sure what that goes to. I've never seen that before. So some newer parts here in the inverted curved slopes, and then the cheese wedges put a little bit of striping on here. It's a really nice, well put together little section. I'll have to look that up. Life on Mars rock. Ninjago City. Trapdoor to something. There's another part of the Chima, olive green. That'd be the Grand Hotel wall section. Another minifig. Got one of the police, special forces, robots. Lego Movie minifig there. City. More sand red, sand purple. Love this stuff. This is the crystal holder in the orange color. This wasn't in very many sets, so it's nice to see that here. It's a vinyl element for a waterfall. Probably be friends or elves. Nice large wheel. Life on Mars. Area 51. Life on Mars. Life on Mars. I think that's Ninjago City. So that's a lot of the main sections that were still put together. Some of the larger pieces in here. That one's interesting. It's got some like water details. Might be the friends. It's a nice transit map sticker. The routes. So yeah, I'll take a little look at the other loose parts here in the bin. Still quite a few half-assembled pieces. Is that an A-wing from Star Wars? I have a sub-assembly there. A lot of times when I buy bulk lots, it's a mix of a lot of small sets from lots of different themes. I think this one is more of a mix of a few really larger sets from a variety of themes, and a variety of years too. So it's interesting to see kind of the differences there. A lot of these larger pieces that aren't necessarily in some of the other hauls with smaller sets. So this is kind of what's left. Still quite a few pieces. The 45-degree door panel. Got a couple of those. maybe one Bionicle section in here. Not much. Not sure what that would go to. I would not be surprised if I have 90% or even more another copy of that arrow tube hanger in here. There's definitely a lot of the sand parts. That sand green small mech section was something that was missing from the earlier haul. There's some friend's hair. Don't have too much of that. So, bingo, another hyper sled. I don't see any of the actual Martian figures or the scientist figures from those sets, but a lot of the parts for sure were in this mix. A couple of knockoffs. So far this is about it for completely random objects, a pen and a block. I've seen a few of the non-Lego brand, but this is a really clean lot overall. Got a friend's minifigure. And the First Order BB unit. Right? Yeah, it's a nice guy there. Bonkle. Yeah, really clean lot overall. Even the parts are not super dirty. Probably still going to give this a rinse just because that is standard procedure here. But I don't see anything that's going to take some major scrubbing. Some of the stuff that I've bought has definitely been in worse shape than this, so cannot complain about condition of these parts. Really clean haul. Here we go, Sebulba, possibly from the Pod Racer. It's the first thing that comes to mind with that color scheme. The episode 1. Do not have that element yet. That is a cow skull from some desert theme. Not really sure what that's from, but definitely somewhat specialty item. Got a First Order trooper. There we go. Another minifig. So that's 5 minifigs now. What kind of weapon here? Possibly Nexo Knights. Darth Maul from an alternate universe. Here's another banner sticker element there. Alright, sand green dishes. These guys are kind of pricey. So the rest of that sand green mech, perhaps, is in here as well. Alright, these are some of the arms from the Life on Mars guys. We've got medium green, regular green, dark turquoise colors from the old Battle Droid arms. And a nice large panel from the hovercraft. So there's plenty of goodies still in the bottom. Yeah, medium blue, transparent, minifig head, cowboy hat, stack of 1x2 plates. It's a nice effect. It's a lot of parts. Might even be another minifig down here. That looks like First Order stuff. Okay, here's a leg, bonkel leg. And Friends mini doll. I think that one might be exclusive to the Grand Hotel set. Some warning stickers on that door. Ooh. We've got the Friendsified Classic Space. Just on the one side though. Sparkly. Oh, that's nice. Right here. Clone helmet with the dark green. Yep. Don't see the rest of the clone. But I will take the helmet. Can go get someone's mail. Here's a pearl gold treasure chest. It's not as rare as the metallic gold, which was only in a couple, maybe just the one Indiana Jones set, but pearl gold is a nice find as well. More sand red, sand purple, whatever that thing is. Some hair. Nexo Knights, that would help identify the specific set from Nexo Knights. Got a tornado effect. Metallic silver crystal. Star Wars Imperial helmet. Another metallic silver. Here's another Nexo Knights effect. The dragon decoration. The last couple things in here. Death Star Trooper helmet. Yep, that'll about do it for the initial overview. Just a rough idea of the parts from this thing. Yeah, I did want to show a little bit of the counting process for this lot. This was the original bin, so working this down pretty much to the last couple pieces in here. But what happens is this gets pulled to the working bin, and this is where I break stuff down all the way to individual pieces. So if there's an assembly, I take that all the way apart, and then once this bin gets full up here, I will do the count into this bin. So everything in here has been counted. I've got a tally going here that kind of keeps track of stuff. So basically just count by hundreds and then use the tally marks to group that. So the current count for this bin here, and haven't done this one yet, is 3,400. So just group the tally marks, makes it a little easier. As I come across pieces of sets that I recognize, I am making a short list here. So I think that orange and black is actually a Pose X-Wing piece, Ninjago City, the Grand Hotel Friends, Aerotube Hangar, the Lego Movie Police Dropship, and then there's enough pieces to have a Coast Guard set that I want to identify, and a Forest Police set that I think is 60009 from the sticker on this plane. So that was a helicopter actually, and that's kind of the process that I'm doing for this to get the part counts. Now for smaller lots, and I still do this for my PAB hauls because it's pretty easy, though the lot count is usually low. Even though it's a lot of parts, those are in just a few different lots. So I still log those on Rubricable. This kind of stuff I'm not really doing a whole lot with Rubricable anymore. It's just too time intensive of a process to sit down and try to log everything. So there are a few pieces that I'm pulling out, and this isn't necessarily all going to get logged, but this is the kind of stuff that I want to make a note of and say it's maybe a little more rare, uncommon stuff. If I want to track it back to this lot, I'll have that on record. So minifigs, stickers, prints, and some of the rare items like that. I am keeping that separate for now. Some of that will be on Rubricable, but at the very least, I'll just grab a picture of that to have in the folder for this lot. A couple of larger stuff, larger parts over here, some large plates, tank treads, the boat base, and the slide, that kind of thing going on over there. That is uncounted, so that'll probably be what I do last as I work my way to getting everything accounted for here. Looks like it's going to be 4,000 to 5,000 pieces. We'll get this counted up and I'll know for sure. Well, we're going to do last things last with the eBay scorecard. I'm calling this the bulk in-house themes mix. So an in-house theme is something that LEGO doesn't need to license. For example, Star Wars would need a license because that is someone else's intellectual property, but Chima, which was developed 100% within the LEGO group, would be an in-house theme. They do not have to pay to license it because they own all of the material related to Chima. So I saw a lot of sets that were part of in-house themes in this lot. Not all of them, but enough to kind of make that a designator here. Total cost was $80.43, so pretty decent spend here. Going back earlier, I had mentioned that it was not over 100, and it's actually down at $80, so good price. Quality 99.7% useful Lego. Love to see the double nines there. Always good when a majority of the expense on a lot is going towards stuff I can use and not towards the stuff that I don't want, which in some cases it makes it a lot cheaper to have the knockoff and the garbage in there. So overall, you're better off buying it. You can get more Lego for less money, but it just makes it more work. This lot here, almost 100% of what I want to end up with. The value, how that breaks down, is 1.53 cents per piece. Great value for bulk. The PAB hauls, when I buy the really tiny pieces, I can cram those in the cups and get about 1.5 cents. In this case, a nice mix of larger pieces, even that boat hull. So for all the pieces to average out there, good pricing for bulk. And working back from those numbers, you could figure out the total piece count, 5,274 pieces. So that was the final count here, breaking the 5,000 mark. I counted over 11 partial sets in here that the parts would have came from. None of them seem to be super complete. Probably the Life on Mars Aerotube hangar would have had the most parts present from that set. The other ones just kind of partial sub-assemblies. And most of the sets seem to be from 2013 to 2017, and there wasn't really anything after that. So the stuff that I was looking at, thinking it was Nexo Knights, that throne, for example, was actually an Elves set. So a few of those things just get dated around a little bit. Some of the Friends stuff right in the middle of the range there. So it's a decent release, year release for some good sets in there. Our highlights were some sand colors. The Life on Mars theme did use the full range, all 4 sand colors, and 2 of those are now retired, so Sand Purple and Sand Red are gone. They did not get very many pieces cast when they were in production, so hauls like this, actually more so hauls from the era, but this one, because it includes that set, nice to get those sand colors here. Also had the decent bulk value, about 1.5 cents a piece, and it was a clean lot, so there's not a lot of scrubbing to do here. And then along with you know, what percentage of this is already good Lego. There's not a lot of broken stuff, not a lot of knockoffs. Drawbacks, the shipping was kind of expensive here. In fact, the bid for this lot was $50, so a lot of that $80 total was from shipping. I usually try to keep that lower, but here total cost was still pretty reasonable, even though the shipping relatively higher. And it'd be nice to have complete sets here, so the incomplete sets is a bit of a drawback, but still getting some nice parts from the mix. And got a few things pulled out here. Take a closer look at the minifigs. I'm gonna count these as 8 minifigs, and then the Star Wars droid. So a couple of the Friends minifigs here. I think this is the Grand Hotel. This one as well, possibly. Not too familiar with Friends, but a couple of those. We had a Star Wars First Order, kind of recent minifigs there. This guy might be Marvel, maybe Punisher or Taskmaster. I'm not sure if those have been made into minifigs. I did not look them up. Our Lego Movie police robot. Great condition here. And a couple of generic city guys, Coast Guard, robbers, cowboy hats, nice I guess. So yeah, I've definitely got more minifigs in a haul before, but it's more than 0, so that's nice. And then there's a couple things here that I've been setting to the side, just noteworthy parts that are fun to get in bulk, because these are kind of specialty items. It's how I kind of stockpile this stuff without spending a lot of money to get the cool decorated elements and other parts that don't see a wide release, are kind of more exclusive. Just end up buying lots that had some of that mixed in. That's how I get that. So yeah, it was a good haul. The in-house theme haul for the channel today. We're wrapping up the 2021 stuff, kind of the last holdout from the big eBay hauls. Again, this was some of the stuff I wanted to work through before I started buying Lego in 2022. So just kind of making that a little personal goal, but that will help me get through some of the stuff that's been sitting for a while and get a better idea of what I've got. We'll see you guys next time on Brick System Brothers.